Hello everybody, welcome back to the Desmo Works channel, and today we are going to be doing the engine change. So if you remember from a couple of videos back, we've got the 748 SP engine all checked over and ready to go. I'm just going to do a compression check once I get it into the bike. Oil is turned up so we can do the oil change. And I've got a set of Marchesini 5 spokes and a double bubble screen to replace the standard screen that sits on the bike. So I'm not going to talk through this video on how I'm going to strip the bike down, because I did that when I stripped the 996/916 SPS race bike down. So I'll stick a card up at the top so you can link through to that video if you want an explanation how to do this. The aim today is I'm going to film with a camera up there, and with this one just to get some close-in shots of bits and pieces that I'm doing. But I've got the bike on standard paddock stands at the moment. I've got the engine stand with the jacks to be able to remove and replace the engine, and a workshop stand just to hold the bike in place, because once the engine comes out, you can tend to find the swing arm drops out because it's only held in by about 2 or 3 millimeters from the spacers on the swing arm. So once I get close to being able to drop the engine properly, I'll just whack the ABBA stand in just to hold the frame in a known position until I'm in a position ready to drop the other engine in. Okay, what I have done, you'll notice, is the nut is out of here, or bolt, sorry, is out of the swing arm already. That's because I've just checked that this swing arm pivot was free to come out. Otherwise we'd have had a whole different video on how to remove a seized swing arm pivot, but that's good. I've buzzed it in and out, and it appears that it looks like it will go all the way through, so no issues there. Okay, let's get on with this. So I will give a bit of an intro. What I'll be doing is remove all the bodywork first, then the exhaust, then I'll drain out the water and drop all of the water circuit, pipework and radiator, so that's all clear. This is one of the non-oil cooled bikes, so I don't have any issue with needing to drain the oil, because there'll be no exposed openings other than the breather. So I'm going to leave the oil in for now, so I know that the engine's in a good position when it's out. And that's pretty much all I've got to say, I think. So enjoy the incredibly fast-paced video, and we'll see where we get to. Catch you in a bit. There we go, engine is out. I don't know what the time is. I'll have to check that in a second, but as you can see, basically the engine's removed in its complete built configuration, so nothing else to remove off of this, because the engine that's going in will have everything that in corresponding pieces. Now interestingly, I've got U stamped heads here, so I might have some good news with this engine when I strip it down to have a look at it. What I am going to do is I'm going to remove these silicone hoses and transfer them onto the SP engine. Then what I'm going to do before I rebuild this whole bike is I'm just going to put the engine back in today, get everything connected up to be able to do a compression test, but then I'm going to stop there because there's a number of little jobs that I need to do. So I want to be able to put the correct parts back in a number of places where it doesn't currently exist, so I'm not going to whack the whole bike back together because I'll just be taking it apart to change bits and pieces back out again. Right, so as you remember, this is the engine that we're going to be sticking into the bike. So what I need to do now, I need to take that engine out of the engine stand and put it aside. Then I need to get that engine into the engine stand ready to go. So the engine's been put back in. I've had to get a bit of help because I've just done my backing, which is why I'm not standing. What I'm going to do as a result of what I've just done is I'm just going to get the engine bolted up, and then I'm going to call it a day there, because I've got limited mobility. So my daughter's just helped me get the engine into the position where I can get it up. I'm just going to get that into position, bolt that up, and then wrap the video up there. Okay, there we have it. One engine change done. Engine is in the frame. What I found as I've been going through this is there's a number of issues with the bike. That some is just about making sure that I'm using Ducati standard components to run the bike, and others are that I found issues that I need to address. So prime example is I found on the suspension one of the nuts was missing. So if I hadn't have been going through this bike properly as I do, I could have ridden that and had the suspension fall apart. So when you buy a bike, always check everything out. What I'm going to be doing now is, because there's a number of bits and pieces that I want to fix, I can't put the bike fully back together. So I'm going to call this video a wrap here. I'll do a few odds and sods off of camera, and in the next video I'm going to compression test the engine so that we know it's good, and just talk through how I do that, and I'll give you an update on where we are with this bike, and I will probably do the loom on the main Thunderbike on the next one. So hope you enjoyed that video, bit different. If you do, chuck us a like down below. Any questions or comments, then feel free to leave those below as well, and if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, see you later, cheers now, bye.